I love your hair curled. You truly deserve the world.
That's a fact.
Kisses, cuddles, love. Laugh, dates, hugs. Bang. Miss Julia Rose.
Please don't
your
do
love
drugs.
is my favorite drug.
Watch every episode of Impaulsive. 170 episodes.
But that doesn't
straight.
mean you're the opening guy.
I'm the opening guy.
Let's see it.
I'm the fucking guy that you turn to for an open.
Let's go.
You want to see what I can do?
Hell yeah.
I got nothing.
Welcome back to Impaulsive.
Like I said,
the #1 podcast in the world and the only podcast left in this godforsaken motherfucking apocalyptic doomed world that we're living in. What the fuck is happening? I'm pissed, dude. My life is falling apart before my eyes. Yesterday, I had to prank my friend. I had to burn your masterpiece, your art. Mac, seeing the pain in your eyes. If you guys saw the vlog, Mac is an artist, a really good one. He spent 2 months in this painting. I made an exact replica.
I'm impressed with that, to be honest with you.
I was surprised you didn't ask me about it. You still haven't. You didn't know how we did it.
Someone told me. I think Andre told me.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really care because it's like an unlawful representation or replication of my work, and I'm not cool with that. So
Okay.
like, we got to figure that out. You're getting served
He's
later.
still mad a little bit.
There will be legal repercussions. Just be careful because you sold this publicly, and that's
We could still sell the replica probably for a hefty amount of.
Yeah, the burn version might sell more, to just saying.
It was a prop in a video. By the way, guys, our guest today is actually a very close friend of mine. So close, he's my brother. Jake Paul, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Am I still the most recurring guest?
Yes.
oh yeah, bro. Oh, yeah.
Yo, it's because you're. Let's be honest, bro. You're one of us. So
Yeah.
it's kind of just like the boys sitting in talking about it.
Boys.
Yeah. So
I think I should become the 4th guest on Impaulsive. I'm just throwing that out there now.
The 4th,
because I know,
you are right now. Or like,
yeah, like all the time.
But you'd be a host, not a
The
guest.
host, that's what I meant.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Words
I'm
aren't-
working on my words. Yeah, I know you guys are looking for a female like host, but I'm pretty dope. Like I can talk about girls and things. Anyways,
Yeah, you got a girl.
this is how I know you're losing your mind. Because Logan's like asked me in the past 3 days, like, "Are you okay?" Like 10 times. Are you okay? Are you okay? Because you're not okay.
Oh, am I projecting?
You're projecting.
Oh my god.
Hey, are you okay? You okay?
No, I really do. I really do care about you.
That's crazy.
And like, no, I really do, man. You're my family. I've been texting
Yeah.
mom and dad, making sure they're okay. Ohio just went on lockdown, so little old Ma's cooped up. She texts me for advice, bro. She wants to go work. Our mother's a nurse. She wants to go work and help people. I said, Mom, you're so noble. That's great. Stay fucking home.
Yeah.
Stay home. Take care of your.
You already made it out of the trap. Like you did your time. She was a nurse for like 6 years or something. Like
these nurses are sacrificing their lives to help the betterment of society and curing this fucking.
Let's give it up for like the
Seriously,
doctors, and
doctors,
out
nurses.
there.
They're the real heroes right now. I saw a post on Twitter that was like, "Yo, instead of going on spring break or taking off during the next month, me and my 3 nurse friends had to go write our wills because we realized that we're not all of us are going to make it through this. So hope you enjoyed your spring break, Karen.
Damn.
Stop going outside, guys.
Karen.
Here we are, stuck inside, a doomed world. I was watching a economist speak today, one of the leading economists, and he was giving some predictions, and he said the economy is going to crash completely, worse it's ever been, worse than the Great Depression type crash. It will be on its way back up by the end of the year, and next year. Hopefully, by the end of this year, we have the virus under control. But next year, it will come again in a stronger strand.
What?
The virus will come back.
Yes.
This one? How can an
Bro,
economist predict that?
that's what I said. It's the first thing. The real deal is a psychic by the name of, I can't remember what her name was now. She predicted that there would be a secondary virus. Obviously, an economist is not predicting a fucking virus.
So
That's the first red flag.
I think it's a pattern of disease and viri.
I heard there's already a second disease or a second virus as of yesterday that immediately stops people's hearts.
Can I ask
What?
if you, Jake Paul, are qualified to give that information?
I'm not qualified at all. That's what's crazy about this whole entire like pandemic is there's so many pieces of information out there. It's like, what do you even believe? Who do you go to? Who do you trust? Who do you listen to? And so I've just been taking everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
but
everything.
Like when I heard that, I saw multiple people talking about it, and then some of my friends that have been texting me, are like connected with the military
Yeah, for
and different
sure.
people,
For sure.
and they are the ones that have been right the most amount of times. So I'm kind of just listening to them now because they
For
seem
sure.
to know what's going on.
Some people's information is a little bit more valid than others.
Exactly, yeah.
But yeah, I'm also hesitant. Even like if you're listening to us on this show, take everything here with a grain of salt. What are you gonna do? Listen to a bunch of fuck asses? I hope not.
Like, speak for yourself, man.
True. You have
I mean, what
anything-
the fuck,
No,
dude?
I know you're right. You're the leader here. You're the dad of the house.
No, but I mean-
I've had to turn to you for
I
advice.
mean, I do have a decent chunk of wisdom in my 35 years. Absolutely.
Well, also though, do you? Because you've been
What do we got now?
you haven't been social distancing as good as
I've
the
been
others.
doing very well. I stepped out of the house very quickly for a podcast the other night. It was an emergency favor from my good friend Ricardo Bankston from the FaZe Clan.
Cardo.
And yeah, there were people there, and it was looking back, it was unwise of me. I'm not impervious to mistakes.
Two of my loved ones.
Pam
texted
reached
me.
out to me today.
She was one.
pissed. She said, "Did you have to do it?" And then I played for her what I said in the podcast, and she sent me clapping hand emojis and said, "If you're gonna leave quarantine, do it to say things like that."
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, I got in a little argument on that show.
So what's up with you, bro? After the fight, all the partying, all the downtime, and now we're locked away. How's life been?
Yeah, it's interesting because it almost feels like after the fight I was like chilling for a moment, and then now I just have to go back to chilling when I was ready to like get the engines turning.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so many things that I was like about to turn the key on or put to a halt.
Yep.
But I think it's good. I think being patient is fine. Back to making content, new videos every Thursday, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun filming again. I remember.
Are you?
Yes.
Really?
100%. 100%.
How?
I just think it's so natural. Like we're just coming up with like silly ideas or just filming like actual moments that happened in our house. And the ideas that we're filming and just messing around with are just like silly, and it doesn't feel forced at all. And that's, I think, what is so great about it. And I love the shorter content because I remember when it was like I had to put out a 15-minute video, it was like forcing so much
worst,
conversation
the
and
worst.
so many things that aren't funny and trying to make stuff happen that isn't good content.
Yeah, it's fabricated. It's forged. Mike was just talking about this today.
Yeah, my last video was like 22 minutes, and I thought it would be like something that the fans would want because they're like locked down in quarantine. And I think I actually got penalized a little bit by YouTube for watch percentage going down.
Yeah, his retention rate.
And like the retention rate. And like
Yeah.
my videos in the past have been really long too. But to your point, also, when I do the longer videos, it feels like so much more of a chore. It feels like, God dang, like how am I going to
Yeah.
fill all this time? And then the edit, like all that takes so much time. And then you get to a point where like you're not putting out as much content. You're not hitting your days like you're supposed to because you're trying to hit this long ass video as opposed to just putting out fun, upbeat content that people can watch.
I think creativity becoming a chore is like the worst.
The worst.
thing.
It's the death of creativity.
Yeah.
It's the worst. I was gonna ask, did you burn out when you were daily vlogging?
Yeah,
You
for
did?
Sure. I think I burnt out until like coming back like recently. Like I
Yeah.
think the burnout was for like a year.
For sure. For sure. That's a tough thing. And it's so crazy because like I remember and I've said this before, like when I was up and coming and I was watching my favorite YouTubers like Casey, Roman, and they'd be like, yo, this is tough. Like creator burnout. I would always like I wouldn't understand because you know, we're hard workers. We pride ourselves on that. And I always thought I could beat it, but
I mean, for the most part, we did. Like I did 2 years. You did 2 years, right?
yeah, but then look what happened.
Yeah, true.
Like you literally shoot yourself in the fucking foot because you just like aren't a human being anymore. You're just a content machine.
It becomes not fun.
I think that was what's crazy about it is I stopped vlogging when I was like 20-ish. Probably 21. And so when I stopped vlogging, that's when I felt like my life started. Like I missed 2 to 3 years of life and like being a real human and figuring out what makes me happy. And so it was this weird like transition into real life and just living and doing natural things and finding stuff to do to keep me occupied.
It was good for giving you experience, like life experience.
Yeah.
I always tell people I feel like I've lived like minimum two full lives.
Yeah, true.
But like probably like between 2 to 4 just because of the amount of like shit I've had to cram in my content. Like bro, today alone, Andre, do you want to show the garage? We painted the fucking garage green, the floor of my garage green. Yesterday we tore out the carpet and wrote "send nudes" on it and paint and put it on the top of our house. Like, what do we?
Yeah, someone the other day came up with an idea. I think it was Julia. She's like, "Oh, we should do this," and I'm like, "Yeah." It was like the most outlandish thing. I'm like, "Yeah, I've already done that."
Do you know who Alex Warren is?
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
He's a vlogger on YouTube. He's the one
Yeah.
who sounds like David.
Yeah. Okay.
So I went over to the Hype House for a second and I connected with him, and he's texting me ideas, and I'm like, he's like, yo, do you have like what are those bouncy balls called, or like indoor
Orbeez.
no, they're like this big, you can put them in a bus.
Play bin balls.
Play bin balls.
Yeah.
He texted me about that. If I had that, and he texted me about like a 5-gallon jug and like some other shit. I'm like, bro, like I have everything. I've done everything you're about to
single one
do.
of those.
Like I have.
That's a good way to get rid of those play pit balls.
I think we're gonna use them. Think about it.
We'll definitely.
I mean,
Yeah, we need it. Save the content. That's
do we have another 2-3 months of this shit?
That
question.
I've heard it's gonna be at least 2 months of lockdown.
Yeah.
At least 2 months. But I think things are gonna get more severe because there's people like Mike, people like me who are we're breaking the rule right now by being
Easy,
here.
lightly. Just like, I mean, you've been pretty good too, though. I mean, I stepped out for an hour, and like I said, don't advise it for anybody to do it. But for the most part, I haven't left the house in it's been a couple weeks now.
Well, also, I will say we're not breaking the rule because podcasts are exempt from the absolutely essential travel.
Jake's
on
right.
this.
I mean, you should completely avoid it. Legally, we're not breaking the law, but to his point, you shouldn't be going out and hanging out in gatherings of any kind. I think the big risk is going out in public places.
Yeah.
People you don't know, people that could have been exposed.
Yeah.
Your friends are risks as well, but I mean, I went and did the podcast with Banks. It was just me and him in a room, and it was like,
Are you vetting these people? Like, we vetted Jake. I asked him like a week ago. I was like, how serious are you taking this? Are people locked down? Are you letting anyone in your house? And the answers were all great. And so if you guys were as locked down as us, I don't think
anyone will get it in our house. We have like very minimal amount of people coming
Contact.
in and out.
yeah.
But it's still scary because you don't know. And a lot of the young people are asymptomatic. So they're just not having any of the symptoms. And now I gave it to someone who's could potentially it could be fatal for them.
This shit is a super virus.
This will go down in like history,
That's
and
what
we're
we're
living through history right now, and it's pretty crazy. Do you think things become violent?
So we talked about this in the last episode. I said no. I just don't see us for this pandemic anyways getting to a place where like humans are hurting each other for supplies and resources. Because I know you are like a semi doomsday prepper, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, you called me the other day. You're like, well, I was like, what are you doing? You're like, well, just getting my bug out bag and making sure everything's good to go. And
I've low-key been a doomsday prepper since I was like 16.
shut up!
Yeah.
Why did I know this?
But like I haven't taken it seriously. I've just always like loved the idea of it.
Yeah.
And I've had like some different essentials and things, and I always loved the show. So when Mike tweeted, all we're watching is Doomsday Preppers, I'm like, wow.
Wait, you watched the show?
I watched it all the time.
Shut up.
And I was watching all the old episodes again when Mike tweeted that.
Bro, how amazing are they?
It's bro,
Dude, it's the best.
It's so cringe though.
It's amazing how
so cringe.
it's amazing
Bro.
how like you guys are.
Oh yeah.
Like without even communicating about
I know.
this.
It's weird. But that's why it's amazing, bro. Like a lot of my favorite YouTubers are the best because of how cringe they are. Like in my opinion, they're operating on a level that is 10x above me. They're elevated, dude. Like I'm trying to strive to get to their level. Like when I made some cringe ass fucking content, I'm sure people watch me just to see how bad I was, because it's entertaining. Like how could someone move about their lives in that way? And a lot of the people on Doomsday Preppers are so
weird.
far.
And they get pissed when they get a bad score by the dude.
Bro, they get so mad. Practical preppers. They're like, well, I don't know who Practical Preppers is, but we'll see how long they last.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, you got a bug out bag?
I got a bug out bag.
What's in it, dude? Like, what do you?
I don't really even know a bunch of shit.
Are you prepared
lava
for violence?
blankets? Am I prepared for violence? I mean, can we go here? Like,
Jed,
I don't know. I'm prepared for violence. I bought
like worst case scenario?
Yeah, worst case scenario. I bought like how many cinder blocks we bought? Like thousands of pounds of cinder blocks to create shooting barriers off of my
Shut
roof.
up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
And
up.
sandbags. And we bought plywood to board up all the windows.
And you got like a truckload of water, right?
Yeah.
You're a psycho.
And a
You're
military
psycho.
truck.
This is what's fucked. No, this is why it's fucked, bro. Because all the people listening to this fucking podcast who live in Los Angeles, if shit hits the fan, they're coming to my house.
No one's gonna come steal your cinder blocks, dude.
They're gonna steal.
Jake Paul has cinder blocks. We gotta go.
They're gonna steal water and
Yeah.
food. And like,
Y'all got food?
yeah, we got food.
Here's my question to you though. You're prepared, but where are you bugging out to, bro?
So a bug out bag, you can technically have a bug out location if you that you go to right when bad stuff starts to happen, or you can have a bug out bag that's like an emergency bug out bag, which is like, wow, we're getting in the giant army truck and we're gonna have to like go on the road somewhere and figure something out because we are getting overran in our house.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Wow.
That's so scary.
Do you have like a fallback?
Is it weird that I kind of want that to happen?
Totally 100% weird.
Why is that weird?
I don't think it's weird because
It's like a fantasy.
it's a fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
You don't realistically, you don't want it to happen, but the thought of it is like an exciting change that we could use, especially now because we're locked in our fucking house. But like
I'm the person who's watched every zombie apocalypse movie. And it's like,
there's not. That's why the movies are as popular as they are. They're funny, they're exciting, they're entertaining. And bro, I mean, I could use a little spice in my life as long as you don't try to eat my face, you fucking zombies. How you doing, Mike? Just see you checking emails over there, completely clocked out.
No, I'm not.
you
I
definitely
like to
were.
give you. It was on my screen. I like to give them.
He was.
I like to give the brothers a chance to reconnect. I'm a audience member today. To be honest with you, I'm just watching you guys talk about bugging out and shit. And I'm just a little stressed out today.
What's going on?
Oh, it's just I don't know.
You seem pretty happy
I had a stressful podcast a couple nights ago, so I've been dealing with that, and I know we're probably not going to talk about it much. But also, you've been like in kind of like a mood today, like a little like just like not
I've been
like
a little
super
low,
like
too.
positive, yeah.
Our
So like
Sleep
I just
schedules
like
are totally messed up right now.
yeah, and
we
like
wake up at
sleeps,
like noon.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys all been
I think everyone is.
same.
Everyone, yeah.
I go to sleep at like 4 a.m.
I was
3
going to
a.m.
say 2, 3 a.m., wake up at 11 a.m.
I've been waking up every day in the middle of the night for some reason. I've been going to sleep at like midnight, but for some reason I've been waking up at 4 a.m. and then I stay up for 2 hours between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. And that's when I start going on Wikipedia and like reading weird shit.
I get the text.
Why would you do that?
I get the text at 5 a.m.
Just
from Mike.
roll over and go to bed.
Not that's what most people do, but for some reason I go straight to Wikipedia.
Mike is a maverick.
And Wikipedia can provide horrible things. I mean, it can provide great things, but it can provide horrible things as well. So,
You ever had a Wikipedia race?
no, it sounds
You know what
nice.
that is?
A race of dictionaries.
You pick two topics and they're like totally opposites, and you start at one, and only by clicking on links in the Wikipedia articles you have to get to the next topic.
Damn.
So it could be like Abraham Lincoln and Pokemon.
So this is where we're at, right?
Yeah, this is a good one.
Wikipedia races.
After this is over, you want to send it? Race it
I
over?
will crush you. It's using context clues, smart associations. It's a skillful game for sure.
I feel like you and I, especially like the way we were raised and everything with Greg, good old Greg Paul.
Yeah.
we're sort of built for like a worst case scenario post-apocalyptic world.
100%.
We're really harsh in the way we think. We're kind of like a head down, chest up, just drive, get through it, survive type mentality.
Yeah.
And maybe that's also why you have an affinity for this hobby of yours.
Yeah, and I think I saw a tweet the other day. It was like some girl was talking to her therapist, and the therapist was like, "How are you dealing with all this virus stuff going on?" She's like, "Is it weird that like it's not really bothering me that much?" And the therapist goes, "No, because you were actually raised in chaos."
You brought me toilet paper today. That was very nice of you. It's designer.
Designer toilet paper.
In times when toilet paper is sparse and
Valuable.
high in demand, I'd expect nothing less from you, Jake Paul.
That's a big flex right there. That's a big flex.
Do you even use it though, or is this one of those things like new tennis shoes? You buy them and you never wear them because it's so pristine.
You kind of just. I think you could like frame it or something.
Where'd you get this and why?
I got it from a hype beast. From one of Marcos's hype beasts.
No way.
Yeah, he goes, "Hey, you want some toilet paper? This is designer." And I'm like, "For sure." Should I use? That's what I said. I'm like, "Do I use this?" And I decided to give it to you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. How you think mom's
flexing.
doing, huh?
I feel like she might be stressing because even when this first started happening, she wasn't taking it that seriously. And I remember
She wasn't.
No,
She wasn't
She
at
wasn't.
all.
And I remember her.
We
like,
were in the group chat.
We were taking it more seriously
Yeah,
than
yeah,
anyone.
yeah.
And I remember her like I think the moment she started taking it seriously is when she went to the store and realized she couldn't buy like anything. And she's like, "Wow."
Did you end up going out to the store when you still could?
Yeah, I went.
We went a day and 2 days before, and seeing the shelves as empty and the store as packed as it was truly probably hopefully a once in a lifetime experience. I hope I never have to see that again. But it's like
It's scary.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, and people people you would never you even see at the store, like old people trying to like stock up. Like it was sad to see.
I feel bad for the elderly.
Yeah,
Neighbor Susie. So I heard her outside the gate this morning, and went and said, "Hey." She was walking with another neighbor of ours. They went on a little walk together, but they were exercising social distancing during their walk.
they were 6 feet apart
During their whole entire walk around the neighborhood. Yeah.
Bro, I don't know if 6 feet is gonna like save anything, right? Like
That's what the
like
doctors are
what if
saying.
you're 5.5 feet away? Like
I don't know, because I saw your tweet too this morning about you're like afraid to touch every surface you see now.
yeah, I'm just like looking at objects. Like when I like be in my car driving around, like just looking at I just look at things now and just think about germs.
Because
it's weird.
well, they die after a while. There's I think you sent me a chart.
But it's like 12
yeah,
hours.
like 12 hours, something like that.
But that's
on, like,
not
surfaces.
that's not
no, but it
that's-
depends on the surface.
Yeah,
some surfaces like
fabrics.
harbor germs longer.
Yeah,
Metal
yeah.
metal was the one that harbored it the longest.
Yeesh.
So
movie called 6 Feet Apart.
There's a movie called 6 Feet Apart.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cystic fibrosis, they have to say 6 feet apart.
My friend's brother directed it. Yeah, and they fall in love. Damn, that'd be crazy. Oh, speaking of love, how's that?
how's that? How's that?
Well, just saw in your last video while you were smoking a fucking joint. By the way,
yeah,
What?
why is that bad?
Bruh, you got balls.
Why?
I don't know, just like
Jed told me that you guys cut out a segment of you guys smoking weed.
yeah, we did. But I know we left Evan smoking, but we cut me smoking it. I don't know why. I pushed out, and I've said on this show before like that I smoke sometimes, but
I just
Bro,
don't
you
give
just-
a fuck, really.
as you shouldn't, bro. I think the more authentic you are
Yeah.
to yourself, the more.
When we were smoking, so like, and we wanted to film while we were high because it was more fun.
See, maybe that's the difference. I cannot operate when I'm high at all. Cannot operate. Useless human being.
I think,
Useless. Flesh.
but that
puppet.
was like such an easy like segment. If I was like filming something normal where like I had to think, like we were just like sitting in the car like bullshitting.
What were the comments like on that?
I think people really liked it. I think people like really like her. They like her personality. They like our chemistry.
No, I'm talking about. We'll get to that, but I'm talking about like the joint, bro. That's like.
It's
still.
people are like, Jake, do you smoke?
It's still.
Jake, do you
in a lot of places.
smoke?
Who is this person?
They kept on coming. Jake, you smoke? Yeah, people were kind of shocked, but I don't know. I feel like I've created like a party image.
You have.
So it's like,
We've just never seen it before.
yeah, that's true.
Especially on YouTube.
Yeah, but I showed drinking, just not smoking.
Yeah.
I just think everyone smokes, right? Like,
I mean, yeah, pretty. Especially in LA, it's
Yeah.
such a normal thing in LA for people to smoke weed. So it's like we don't even look at it like it's not like you're not even breaking the law anymore. It's completely rec legal.
All right, so then you also
have a relationship.
Yeah, you said that she's your girlfriend, and
Yeah.
and by the way, oh man, I hate to say this, her not saying yes when you had the monkey give her the sign to ask her to be your girlfriend was probably one of the greatest things I've
It's
ever
hilarious.
seen in my life.
It's hilarious.
Can I play this?
Yeah.
bro?
Oh my god, so awkward,
bro,
so awkward.
the
like,
worst.
and I'll explain why after you roll the clip. But dude, I was kind of just looking at me and Blue, because Blue was filming it. He was kind of just like looking at me, like he was giving me the eyes
For sure.
and I was just like, yeah. And we kind of edited it to make it look more awkward, but
Good.
still.
I love this. So the sign says, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And a monkey handed it to her.
The monkeys? Yes. Aw, yes.
Hey bro, you're stealing my girl, bro. Tell her it's from me. Hey bro, it's from me.
I'm gonna be nice.
Girls be tripping, bro. Girls be tripping, bro.
She didn't answer.
So,
Oh no.
so that's why she looked at me like that. So first of all, she baited me. Like, it's a series of events, but she literally like kept on bringing up for like 3 weeks, even like 2 weeks before the fight, like throwing like oh yeah, but he hasn't made it official yet. Oh yeah, he's not. But no, we're not boyfriend and girl. Like jabbing me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to make it special
Yeah.
or something. And if I lose this fight, I'm probably going to go into depression. So you probably don't want to date me anyways. then I came up with this elaborate idea, had it all planned out. There was actually when we were on a yacht. I don't know if we actually showed the footage of us on a yacht. We took a yacht to the zoo, and on the yacht there was a plane flying with a banner that said, "Julia, will you be my girlfriend?" But it was like too far away.
She didn't see it.
No.
Can you imagine?
It was
Wow.
it was like,
paid, like-
it was like too far away. Like I saw the plane flying, but you couldn't even read the letters.
Wait, so you paid for this plane?
Yeah.
Was it?
And so that's what I wanted. Like I wanted us to be like sitting on the front of the yacht, like just us. Will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
And so Julia has had 2 fiancés
Shut up.
that she's said yes to.
So she's used to.
Exactly. So this like was PTSD. She said yes to them because they were in front. Like she got asked in front of like large groups of people, like hundreds of people. So she like this is like PTSD for her. But I didn't think that. I didn't think that it was gonna like trigger that. But and also we got into like a really big fight the night before, and then like made up this morning. And so that's why she was like, "Are you gonna be nice?" Like,
Oh.
So-
it was kind of in a weird state.
it was a weird time, but I was
timing,
like,
yeah.
I already planned this trip, and I do want you to be my girlfriend. Yes, we did fight, but
This was so funny.
it's so
bro.
funny. And now she actually asked me to be her boyfriend
After this.
because she
Why-
felt bad.
were you actually? Because I know you. You seem pretty actually like kind of.
I was upset.
Yeah.
I was upset. I've never felt like embarrassed like that.
At least it was
But
in
I
front of
get
your
it.
boys and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what I would have done, dude. Like, because what you said is she's been baiting you and she kind of been asking.
That's
you.
why I was like,
Time to do it.
I was like, you forced me, like not forced me to do this, but like, you know, I wanted to make it official because we were already boyfriend and girlfriend, but there was no like date. I feel like you need like an anniversary date so that you can
Yeah.
have 1 month,
Yeah.
2 months.
You need an
go to
official one.
dinners, have a year, yeah. But after that, she was like, "I'm sorry." Like she came up to me, but we just like, I don't know. It was funny.
So I mean, that must be nice. Is she in your quarantine?
Yeah, so we've been quarantining.
Quarantining.
Quarantining. Yeah, we got into another fight actually. But
What about?
Like physical?
no.
Did you win?
It was no. It was over something. I was being a dick. I was being a dick.
Why?
I think we are the same exact person, and
You and Julia?
yeah, like deep down. And so we have like the same things that trigger us, and we both have like PTSD from like other situations and relationships. And we love each other so much. It's like crazy. Like I've never been in love this much.
Wait, really?
By far. And like the good moments are so crazy, but then we're so passionate about each other that when we get into arguments, like the little words and little details and little things can trigger like a bigger eruption. And what's crazy about it is like we never fight ever when we're like sober, but like all of our fights happen like when we're like a little bit tipsy.
It's usually how it
Dude,
goes.
it's the worst.
I
Yeah, what he just said.
And so you just like say
That's
shit
not
you don't
abnormal,
mean.
for sure.
And you're just like stupid and just be like, I don't know. But yeah, so we just we've like taken a couple days away from each other, because I think that's what it was. Is we're a new relationship, we're learning so much about each other, we're so in love, and we were just together every single day. Like it was
familiar?
weird.
Yeah, we
Sound
talked
familiar?
about it on the show when I FaceTimed you. I was asking you what you guys were doing to keep the relationship fresh, and how you were like managing your space because you guys were always together. That's challenging.
It's tough.
Really challenging.
Yeah, but I was definitely a dick.
You guys
And-
still kind of like fighting right now?
Not really fighting. No, she's just like hurt, and I'm hurt because I hurt her, and I don't want her to be hurt.
Well, maybe.
I apologize, and I'm supposed to go talk to her. She's texting. I don't know if she's texting me back. She's not texting. She didn't text me back yet, but we just need to speak. You know.
It's the best way to do it, bro. And also, this is a great medium to express how you feel. And so, like Julia,
I wrote her a poem.
It's perfect.
He knew that. He was alley-ooping me. Watch her what she's like actually mad at me. So like watch her like break up with me and like no, I don't think we would break up. But if she does break up with me,
Clip it
I'm just gonna
because of this.
Our fight is not a reason to break up. So if she does break up with me, then I'm gonna be like,
Was it the poem? What if the poem is the
You'll be
reason?
sus. What if the poem is the
That's
reason?
what I'm
It's
saying.
so
What if she
fucking
hears it
bad?
and she's like, "Yo, that's so awful."
no, I wrote this from the book. This is fire. I ain't even speaking like on our relationship like publicly. I don't know why, but
Hey man, what the fuck are you talking about?
yeah, I don't know. So our relationship has been like off of social media like the whole entire time, which is so healthy, I think.
Off of completely,
Yeah, and so now that
distant,
like I
yes.
talk about it, it's weird.
Oh, that makes sense.
And she's really like she doesn't really do social media. Like she doesn't post that many stories. She only posts like pictures. Like so, I don't know. She's kind of like.
Is that why she
She's
was so
private.
anxious when you did the like online proposal for the girlfriend position that you tried to hire?
Maybe
I told Evan.
Maybe.
Evan and I were talking about it because we watch it together, and it is weird for like anyone, especially like a woman that you're seeing, to all of a sudden be thrown into content.
I know,
like,
that's
it's
why-
happened with us or me a couple times, and I try my best. I give him the space, but there's gonna be some overlap.
there is, and that's where it's weird. And we're so used to it. We're used to the pressure, the criticism, the hate, the being on our whole lives being on camera. That it's kind of almost hard to understand when someone doesn't know what that's like.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's tough.
Let's hear the poem.
Okay.
Win her back right now.
Julia, your heart is like a feather. Even in bad weather, I'll love you forever.
Nice.
Even if you change your name to Heather.
Nice.
Nice.
With you, my days are better. Your magazine has turned you to a real trendsetter.
Nice.
I can't believe I found such a perfect hidden treasure. We will have hard times, but many more of pleasure.
Mama.
If you were a piece of clothing, you'd be my favorite sweater. That perfect smile makes me weak, and you look so sexy in your Jeep.
Drip, drip, drip.
That tan tone flawless body really makes me freak. Damn. My love for you is deep. My love for you is different. My love for you is vigilant. Our best moments are imminent.
Ooh,
Mustard on the
they're
beat.
coming.
Even if I look like a simp, on Impulsive, I love your hair curled. You truly deserve the world.
That's
Nice.
a fact.
Kisses, cuddles, love, laugh, dates, hugs. Miss Julia Rose.
Please don't
your
do
love
drugs. Oh.
is my favorite drug.
Wow. Pulitzer, maybe.
Love you.
Absolutely.
Love you.
Great work.
Thank you.
If that doesn't win her back, I don't know what.
I don't think
will.
this is like a win back thing. Unless I
That was
I
beautiful.
don't know.
Was that James Joyce?
Hey man, what happened, bro? Come on, just tell
I
me.
can't.
Come on, say it live
No,
on
it's-
air.
it's not.
Come on, say it on the
I was-
poster.
no.
Double chicken McNugget, cheeseburger. Have you seen that guy?
What happened with you and? Yeah.
I've said this before. Oh wait, no. I can't say. I won't say. Told her I'd keep her name out my mouth. But we're texting. We're cool. We're still. We both
That's
agreed
great.
that we want to be very good friends.
That's great.
Yeah, she's dope. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't had much experience in the love world in forever. I am on the driest of spells, like Harry Potter's shit.
Especially with the quarantine, bro. Like,
That's what I'm saying. I can't.
are you even hanging out with girls?
I can't because what if they have COVID, huh? And
Yeah.
I do the. I don't know. I can't.
And you do the spit swap.
dude. That's what I'm saying. Like I won't venture into uncharted territories with some ting that I met at an empty hide.
Dangerous. There's nobody there.
6 feet away.
It's just you two.
No, it's just him.
That's like
There's
a love
no one
story
else
in
there.
itself, though. We met at the high dance floor.
Party don't
completely-
start till I walk
There
in,
you go.
but no one's here. It's just me in my house making TikToks.
Every day, endlessly.
So many fucking TikToks. What are you doing TikToks, Jake?
A little bit. I'm like dipping my feet into it. I'm just like figuring out the app still.
Yeah.
It's like a hard app to
I got
figure
it.
out.
I got it.
Once you get it, I've heard
it'll
it's
take you
great.
2 weeks.
I think also I'm taking steps back into the content realm.
I've noticed that.
And-
It's smart.
And yeah, I'm going with YouTube first. So my new video is coming out tomorrow. I mean, it'll already be out by the time this is out. So that'll be 2 videos posted. And it's like, all right, I'm back in the game, coach.
I like your your realness that you're doing on the vlogs now. Even like when you came in my house today, we've always had a dynamic of like just like be loud and kind of just fuck with each other when we're on camera.
Yeah.
And today you were just like being Jake. And
Yeah.
it was cool. Like I was able to feel it. I was able to tell.
Hell yeah. No, that's what I'm going for. Is like not like just because the camera's rolling doesn't mean you have to be different. Just freaking be chill.
Is this the Team 10
Say
uncut
what-
that you've always wanted, but not Team 10 uncut?
They're so yes and no. Yes and no. Team 10 Uncut was like a reality show. And this is more
A show of reality.
Nice.
I don't
Nice,
even
nice.
know what to say.
I mean, you don't have to say anything.
Just
I
watch the
don't even know how
vlog,
to
right?
describe it. Yeah, just watch it
You
and join the financial freedom movement.
what's going on with that? You got toasted, bro.
I got flamed by PewDiePie
You got
badly.
toasted. You got toasted.
Yeah, I took a fat L. Here's the thing: is when I was a kid, I had wished there would have been something that like knocked on my door that sort of taught me all of the life lessons that I had to learn the hard way, and I wish there was something that gave me almost like a manual into business, entrepreneurship. I don't even know if that's a word. Content creation,
Entrepreneurship, yeah.
all the above.
Yeah, bro. I remember when you were 19, you were emailing like Mark Cuban and shit. And
Yeah.
he responded. That was
Yeah.
that was way cool. But yeah, you were in your room setting up LLCs and stuff. And
But no one taught me how to do that, and I made so many mistakes in doing it. And so, I created a movement for kids that maybe want more, for entrepreneurs, really, not the average person, to sort of learn valuable piece of advice, because I would take courses. Like I stumbled upon these courses when I was 19 that were super valuable and helpful, and they made me like 10 times more money, and still to this day, because it taught me about organization, what to say in meetings, going into stuff prepared,
So
time management.
You're sticking with it even though you got flamed. Like, did you reevaluate it all?
I really evaluated it because it comes across as such a scam, and that's where I fucked up. Is like it seems so scammy.
Why? Did you nail down where you went wrong there, or think you went wrong?
I didn't approve the final like edits that went out, and so the people that were helping me, that have helped me create the company, it's a legit company. There's like 10 employees. There's people. There's customer service.
Yep.
You can get a refund, whatever. But they just like put it out during my like party binge stage while I was in Miami, and I didn't approve any of the things, and it just looks like such a scam, and it came across the wrong way. But for me, it's so cool when people come up to me, because my old course, Edfluence, I changed so many creators' lives. Like I would see people they would send me screenshots like they had 1,000 followers, and then all of a sudden they'd have 500K. And I had a kid come up to me, he's like, yo, I took your Edfluence course and it changed my life. Like, thank you so much. And this is like Edfluence on steroids. And that to me means so much more. If I can help an entrepreneur create like a landscaping company, create some sort of thing, start their YouTube channel, give them a piece of advice about taxes, insurance, anything.
The only reason
Then-
you got any shit from that program is because you're Jake Paul. Do you know how many videos people put out a year of classes and online and sell them to people to improve their lives, or they
Yeah.
teach them how to do shit?
Yeah.
It's just people want to start shit because you put it out. Like, you can't do it. You don't have the platform to do so. You've experienced so much in business and building business and starting LLCs and all that stuff that you could have very well created a system that people could follow, except nobody gave you a chance. And I don't know the ins and outs of it. I didn't watch PewDiePie's scathing review of it. But I'll be honest, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there making a lot more money doing a lot worse shit that will never get talked about.
That's what it is. Is like I have the credibility, and I know there's little piece of advice that if someone takes the course, like the course was $20.
One-time fee?
It's monthly, but so
Okay.
$20
I'm
a
trying to
month.
understand, yeah.
So let's say the $240 a month. If they
$240
watch
a year.
a year. If they watch the course, there will be pieces of advice in there that can, if they apply it, help them double that, triple that, quadruple that. And that's to me what it's so crazy about is like these people aren't investing in themselves, and they're like, oh, Jake Paul wants to get $20 and take the money and run and put it in his pocket because he just wants to get rich. It's like, I don't want, this course isn't made for people who want handouts. That's the problem with our generation is everyone wants handouts. Everyone wants stuff for free. I want people who are willing to invest in their future. Like I've done time and time and time and time again. I've invested into the empire that I've created. You have to put your own money on the line. I took courses when I was 19. But I do see how it like came across as like scammy.
I think it was just for me, it was a really good example of dotting all your T's and crossing all your I's.
Yeah.
A lot of the marketing that went out as a result of it, even if the program was sound, as soon as somebody got a video of you spraying people with the money gun, the Supreme money gun,
Yeah.
it was over for you. It was a wrap. And in all honesty, like, yo, it could have been such a good fucking program, but like, if your 15-second promo that you decide to use is super spammy or super scammy, your whole program's gonna be fucked as a result of it. And so it really goes to show people and entrepreneurs and business people who are watching this program that you need to look at every single piece of marketing that's going to go out. You need to look at every piece of your program before you go to market. It's just really important. I mean, I hate to bring it up because I know the audience hates hearing about it, but I'm on my 10th run through on my book right now. I've read that book more. I've learned shit about that book that I wrote about myself because I've read it so many fucking times.
That's why I thought.
But you have to be cautious and you have to review your material before it goes out.
But since then, we made the course free because we wanted to like go against it because I truly believe in the movement. I like want to create like an army of people who like are.
Really, you made it free?
We made it free. So if you want to go to joinffm.com, it's free. Take it. Everyone's home for coronavirus.
Should I take it?
There's hours and hours of content from me in the course, and there's hours and hours and hours of content that I've put in there.
Bro, I'm trying to see
of
damn
other
Fleischman,
people's
bro.
courses, and
trying to
their
see
courses,
Fleischman.
it's all in one. It's not just me. It's other millionaires. There's people talking about real estate. Like there's so much valuable info in there that you can get just through my course. Those people have their own courses, but they like donated their courses to be inside of my course.
Pewdie took major aim at poor Dan, dude. I felt bad about that because I know Dan, and Dan's not a bad guy.
Dan's smart.
He's smart.
He has charity. Like he's the most charitable guy I know. Like,
but it was Pewdie. Listen, Pewdie at the end of the day is funny as fuck.
He is
I
funny.
watch some of his shit that comes out, and he is funny. And he just picked on because of his name. He's like, if Dan Fleischman says do it, Dan Fleischman. He had such a boner for poor Dan Fleischman.
nah, but
Those it's crazy because like those videos poking fun at like the cringe people or like the perceived scam or whatever it is they can be so funny, but they make me very sad.
Yeah,
they made me very sad. It's like it is like in a form of, in a weird way, like acceptable bullying online, and like it's kind of fucked up, bro. I see a lot of these young TikTok kids getting attacked, and they're just kids.
They're just kids.
They have no idea who they. Yo, fuck! Did you know Charlie D'Amelio's 15?
yeah.
She put out a tweet.
She can't even drive.
She put out some tweets today.
She can't even, bro. She's probably the youngest, most famous person on the planet.
I just saw that she had like
100%.
what 42 million on TikTok.
42?
I think something like that.
Top three most famous popping people right now for sure.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, that's why I hate those. I hate when those videos come out about people because it's like funny. So do you like laugh at it, or is it like really like fucking up someone's shit? Like that's why it's like it is bullying at the end of the day.
Are you talking about videos like Pewdie's?
Yeah.
I'm cool with bullying up. Like if me picking on Antonio Brown, it's not bullying up, but he's like he's a superstar athlete. He's had the fame. He's got the money. Supposedly, probably not. But like I felt like it was okay to do my best to pick on him because of who he is and his stature. But like, bro, I'm not gonna make a video about like a kid who's creating content and he doesn't quite understand how to do it yet, so it comes off as a little cringe and weird.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know.
I hate all of the bullying, every piece of it. I can't get on a wave. Even if I try, I can't get on a wave to like be negative towards people.
You watch Cody Ko's videos?
Yeah, that's what it is.
I've seen some of them, and I'm not saying that people aren't like effective at it, but I like just even So I was going to bring up Charlie D'Amelio tweeted a bunch of tweets today. It's how bad she's been hurt and her confidence in herself and not wanting to look in the mirror and just being broken down as a person by the animosity that she's seen online. She's 15 fucking years old and people are saying terrible, terrible things to her. And I don't even have to trust her because I see it myself. I see the things people say to me and they are disgusting.
Yeah.
They are disgusting. And honestly, like, as much as I try to say like that it doesn't get to me, and occasionally I'll fire back really witty replies like the one I sent out last night about the Apple, which went semi-viral on Twitter, it hurts. I mean, people don't want people to be mean to them. It's a really shitty thing. And we talked about this on the show that I did with Banks the other day. It's the weakest people that do that. It's the people that can't win on their own. They can't build businesses. They can't build channels. And so they prey on other people. That's why the comments that are, bully any of us on the show or bully people or like want to talk shit about whatever it is. Those are the people. Joe Rogan said it on his show. Michael Jordan ain't leaving nasty YouTube comments. LeBron James ain't leaving nasty YouTube comments. They're too busy building things for themselves and winning. All the winners are too busy winning to make fun of people and to bully people. And so Pewdie's done a good job of it and he's built a lane for himself. But the majority of people who do that stuff are just loners at home, sitting home. They got nothing better to do with their lives besides be mean to people. And it's gross. I would encourage anybody who's starting anything, a business, a channel, content, whatever, to just build it on a platform of just not even being overly nice, but neutral. Like, just be neutral. Call it as it is, but don't go after people. Like, what happened to you was unfair. It was unfair.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm like the like perfect person to pick on because my name is like clickbait and people want to there's like I would say more people hate me than more people like me. And yeah, that's why when I made the video like confronting Cody Ko and basically like, exposing him like, yo, he's a bully, it completely backfired on me and everyone was like, oh, Jake Paul is claiming victim, he's trying to be a victim and he wants to like raise awareness for bullying, but Jake, you're a bully and here's XY reasons.
Well, did you put that one kid in the toilet in high school?
What?
You gave someone a swirly?
No, some kid who rode the bus.
I know his older brother was in my grade.
Yeah, who I rode the bus with, like, tweeted about me bullying him, and that one tweet still to this day is the reason why people like call me a bully and like one of my controversies because that kid tweeted something that called me a bully, and I know the kid. And I never once even said anything bad to him. So it's just like all just like bullshit. And if people say something on the internet about a big figure, everyone just like wants to eat it up and consume it and like tear that person down.
I just like, I don't know, bro. I have a major problem. I have a major problem with it. I don't like it at all. Self-esteem, especially in today's day and age, is like so fucking fleeting, and it seems to be like withering with every single person that I talk to, especially with Generation Z. Like, these kids are just being told who they are and finding out their identity because of what their classmates say or how many followers they have. Like, dude, I can't imagine in high school if Instagram came out towards the end of our senior year, but I can't imagine if I was, my popularity was determined on how many followers I had in high school.
Bro.
In high school. Can you, like, we all had,
I mean, high school was already a popularity contest anyway.
Yeah, but to actually be like no longer arbitrary numbers that
stats,
he's popular.
Man.
There's stats now. So everyone has and have right now that weird kid in their grade who's probably on the lower end of the follower spectrum. And so as if it wasn't bad enough that everyone already knows, like, he's the weird shy kid who sits in the corner during the lunchroom, it's validated by a number on Instagram. Like fuck me, dude. That's why I have a serious problem with the commentary community on YouTube who is fueled strictly off of like negativity and cringe shit.
But also,
although the double-edged sword, it's fucking funny, bro. Like, it's fucking funny, bro.
I do, and this was a huge part of the conversation on that show the other day. I don't find it funny. Not even slightly. Like, there's never a part.
I'll ask you again. Have you ever watched a Cody Ko video?
I have, and I find Cody to be funny when he's not doing that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he's doing what's it called, the Simi Valley show. Is that
he's hilarious?
When he does when he does that kind of stuff, I enjoy that. But there's never a time. There's never a time where I'm watching someone and I think to myself like, oh, this person like putting, and Banks was super adamant on this point as well. Like, I don't find it funny when people put other people down. I just don't.
So how far you make it through one of his videos where he's like dogging on someone else?
Maybe that's the reason why I just haven't ever seen one, because I just wouldn't watch that. Like, if you're just out there just making like these video, like, unless you're exposing someone for something disgusting or like criminal, then like why? All right. So here's my question. Let's bring the example of the kid yesterday who messaged me what he did about Lana. What was his end game? What was his end game of sending that message? For me to see it and to know that he got a rise out of me, was that like the point of it? Like, what is the end game of someone leaving a nasty comment?
I think people are just so broken and insecure that they project that. I've actually had
Damn,
multiple.
this popped off.
I had multiple like situations where like haters DM me like something cruel, and I'm just saying, hey man, like that wasn't nice of you. I hope you have a great day. And they're like,
wait,
oh
you
my
say
god,
that?
I love you so much. No, I just do it sometimes. I literally did it like on the way over here. I didn't go deep as I normally do with it. But yeah, sometimes if it randomly comes up, I'll just be like, hey, have a nice day. And they're like, oh my gosh, man, I watch all your videos. Like, I didn't mean
Yeah,
it.
that's so funny that you say that, because a lot of my stuff ends up like that too. You respond and they say, "Oh, I was just fucking with you," but
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's just people need to be mindful. But this one that I got yesterday that Logan pulled up, it sometimes I'll see it as like an opportunity to like create. That's a weird thing. Sometimes I'll see it as an opportunity to create. So he said, "Should I just read this?"
I'll read it.
All right, go ahead.
Someone DM Mike, hey Mike, one question. If I masturbate on an apple and then clean it after, will you eat it? Probably not. Then how do you let yourself to make out with Lana?
Just like a nasty DM. Like why would you even ask that question? Bringing up someone's past, whatever it is.
But hold on.
Yeah. What?
It's a good question.
Well, no, I mean it's actually a horrible question. It's a terrible question to ask someone.
But has
I think
it's
I think it's a horrible example, but like, bro, when she was on the show, we asked her like, it's got to be an interesting dynamic.
well, it's just the whole thing is like, I don't
Like, how do you
I
do
don't want to
the-
use I don't want to use any examples of anyone on the show, because I don't want to do that. I want to, because it's just wrong. But like, everyone on this podcast has something from their past that they are drastically ashamed of.
and we all get questioned about it.
And if when
And-
if someone comes up to me and they say, knowing what Logan did, how the fuck could you be friends with that kid?
Do you answer them?
First of all, I say to them, I know Logan. He's a great person. He's changed immensely. I went to, once again, keep talking about the show that I won't name. I went to motherfucking bat for you and your entire family on this podcast the other day. And people have been talking about it on Twitter all day today. That's why I'm kind of sidetracked a little bit. But I went to bat for you. I know you. You're my brother. You're my best friend.
I love you.
And I love you. I
you.
know who you are as a person and how much you've changed and how much you are different than the person that has made the mistakes of your past.
Thanks.
Similarly, I know Lana, I know Amara as the person she is now. I would read that and just to give an understanding.
I will.
Yeah.
I guess
But
I'm just-
can we
I-
talk about it right after the response? Or whatever.
I would do it now because we're gonna get distracted.
You're like
You're taking offense to this, and based on the sentiment that like this is a very valid question that many people have. You know that, right?
No, I get it. Here's my offense to it.
It's worded in the worst fucking way.
Well,
and
here's
and it is a dig, but like, bro, this is just a dude who's curious about something and wanted to like maybe.
No, it's not. He put it into in a fucked up respect. What it's doing is it's boiling down a human being into a piece of their past. I, more than anyone in this entire,
That's not so uncommon. It's not.
No.
It's not
It's
not necessarily
not
good practice to live
That's
by.
what I'm
but
getting
yeah.
at. That's what I'm getting at. Because as someone who has done unspeakable things, I prefer for people to look at the man I am now and to say, wow, this person has dramatically changed their life, has made massive moves for the better, is a positive influence. And we're not going to boil him down to this one question.
But who is this?
So normally these messages come in my inbox. I'll go through. I do find a lot of brand deals in there. I'll go through the requests. Normally there won't be a response. On this particular one, I saw a great way to prove a very important point to him, and the reason it blew up on Twitter is because it was a motherfucking genius response.
However,
if I do say so myself.
However, unless your girlfriend is a virgin, she is going to have been
I have
Follow notes on the
100%.
face, yes.
exactly.
exactly.
So
That's
that's
why
the only difference is your girlfriend has done it on camera.
Yes,
And
that's
that's
it.
the,
People
and
have
that's
seen
the
it.
ethical meter that is
Yes.
like, okay,
Yeah.
is that weird that she did that before?
Right.
That's why I love the response, which I'm about to read, but like I don't even know if I would have paid this anything. Like this dude's 7. He's never had a relationship in his life. Otherwise, his girl would definitely has had cum on her face. It's not so uncommon, and if you haven't done it, try it. Okay, so if you masturbate, he said, okay, so if you masturbate on an apple, and that apple was washed 1,000 times over the course of 3 years after you masturbated on it, and that apple was desired by every single man on the planet, especially the ones who asked who would eat that apple after it was masturbated on, even though they would give their left nut and their little sister just to stand in the same room as that apple, and that apple was the baddest boss bitch of a V10 Lambo driving apple on the orchard, and that apple was so sweet, so kind, so smart, so supportive that it made every other apple look rotten in comparison, and that apple would greatly enrich my life, and by eating it, I would greatly enrich the life of that apple. Yeah, man, I'd eat the fucking apple.
Nice. How about them apples is what you should have said.
Yeah, so
That was his Twitter caption.
Oh, nice.
How do you like them
Hey,
apples?
there you go.
It's just sometimes like I'll find sometimes this is the only time where you're, in my eyes, I understood exactly what you were talking about with destructive comments being beneficial, because a destructive comment gave me a reason to create something that made people think higher of me as a whatever, a writer, creator,
Bro,
whatever.
Even you probably discovered a little bit about how you feel about Lana because you put it into writing now.
Facts.
And you will see that type of sentiment towards your relationship with Lana probably forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at what point is it like that kid's lucky you got a response?
It is.
It's the
difficult,
only person
though.
I've ever
like.
seen.
It is difficult though. Like to deal with that because I deal with a similar thing and it's been a learning lesson and it's been tough. And it makes me like a little bit insecure. Even the fact that Julia does like nude modeling.
Bro, I was on the plane with her to Miami. So was a lot of people. And she did a picture with her boobs out.
Yeah.
And
She doesn't give a fuck.
Not a fuck
Not a
given.
fuck given.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. She did a good job covering, obviously. But like,
No, she'll take them out like
That's her thing.
She'll take them out like in front of my friends, and I'm like, "Wait, what are you doing?
oh no.
What are you doing?" And like to even think about like the amount of dudes that have like jacked off to her.
How does that make you feel?
It's weird. It's
But
weird.
do you have are you on one way or the other? Because that's the other question I get all the time. Like we've talked about this on the show before. People are like, hit me up and they're like, yo man, I just jacked off a huge nut to a girl. And they say and then another message like, how does that make you feel? And I go like this. I'm like, bravo, man. Thank you. That to me, I feel like you should feel like you are a compliment from that. People desire your girlfriend, the girl who has decided to call Jake Paul her man, so much that they sit and they pull on their little pecker looking at the screen. Dude.
Yeah.
Think about how
and then they tell you
and
about
then
it.
and then they immediately message you to tell you how much more of a compliment to Jake Paul can there be than, yo, I just looked at your girl and she's so hot that I wanted to whack off and tell you about it.
I hear you.
Like what?
I hear you. I do, and that's why I'm like learning that.
Right.
But I think like I don't know. For me, it's like this. It's the weird barrier where like that. Like when I'm in a relationship with someone, I feel like that their body and their parts and their sexual intimacy should just be for me.
Private.
So it's like I'm learning to overcome it. And I actually like went to Julia's set, her last set, and it was weird because she was just slanging it in front of me, in front of like other people and like photographers, and I'm just like at first I was like, I don't know, I feel like it was giving me like anxiety, like I was just starting to feel weird, but then like towards the end of it I started to feel a little bit better about it. So it's like I think it's something I have to like learn and overcome like those feelings. Yeah, fuck you.
You will, bro. I mean you've been with her longer than I've been with mine, so
I think it's important that you recognize for your girlfriend and your girlfriend that that's part of their art that they want to create. That's their content. There's a lot of beauty in it, and
It's work.
you got to appreciate it somehow.
And honestly, like, it's like a tough pill to swallow because, like, I'm the one that has to like suffer a little bit. But if I was Julia, like, I would do the same shit. Like, bro. Like,
well, you just
like, I
said you're
look
the
at
same
these-
person as Julia.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, what if
earlier in the
what if you
podcast.
were an ugly girl? Which, by the way, you and I were probably on the cusp of being like beat, way beat.
why would you say that? You guys are both great looking gentlemen. Why would you be different if you were girls?
I believe if we had a sister, she'd be.
What? Really? You really think that?
Yeah, I think so. I think she would have taken on the
tomboy?
masculine features of Greg Paul.
Yeah.
And my My mom, like, I wonder what she would have been like raising a daughter. Like, what she would have turned out like. Because we went the exact opposite route. Like, somehow we got completely fucked up. Like, the system broke with us. And so what would have happened with the sister? Would she be crazy? Would she be like our mother, who is
The
the
best.
sweetest human
Yeah.
being on the planet? Like, what? Or would she just been a absolute fuck ass like us?
I think daughters have more effect on a father. So here's how bonds work in family life normally. That I, at least as far as
she
I've
would have been
observed.
Danny. In that case,
Like looks wise.
no. I'm talking probably not.
No. But
I'm talking about just like the way Danny moves, like
riding horses, chopping wood, like
just
that
like a
kind of
badass,
thing. Yeah.
like a badass.
That's not all that bad.
no, I
pretty
didn't-
cool.
No, that's dope.
No, I didn't. No. I wouldn't say it was bad. I was just asking, would she be like my mom, who is like a woman?
Yeah.
You know, she's sweet.
A nurse.
Nurse, had sex with like 2 guys her whole life, or would she be a raging slut, Mac?
See, that's like you guys both, ran through your fair share of the town. If she was out here, who knows? If she was still in Ohio, maybe it'd be a different story for her.
Would you fuck my sister, bro?
No,
Have you fucked his sister?
his.
Yeah.
Answer
the
Because
question.
he doesn't have a sister.
I tried to come on your sister one time.
What? Hold on.
Come on to.
Come on to.
Come
Sorry.
on to.
Sorry.
Here's the
You were
deal.
just standing there and
Here's
he's
the deal.
whacking it.
Sorry.
Here's the difference.
Classic.
Here's the difference. You could never get my sister.
She's too good for me.
She's way too good for you. 0% chance.
She's just a gem. She's awesome.
No.
I got yelled at by your dad for that.
Good. Thanks, Dad.
Why do I feel like
keep
it's
him
like
away from my
It's
sister.
like Anthony's sister.
Rachel, I'll never let our love die. I know.
She's married. She's married
I don't
to
never
Brock.
die. Rachel, oh man, the love that never was. Yeesh.
Anyway, nah, man, it's too close. That'd be like family. I'm not interested in your sister. Sorry.
Yeah, I knocked on. I didn't really try to come on to her. I knocked on her door at like 3 a.m. with Sean because she had a friend over, and then your dad the next morning was like, "Yeah, saw you knocking on Leah's door at 3 a.m."
Saw you?
I was like, what are you talking about, Tom?
Peeping Tom.
Oh no. Jeez. He's just taking care of his daughter. Mike, what were you saying about family bonds? How does that work?
No, it's something I've just observed is that the when you have sons and daughters in the same family, the father-daughter bond is strong, and then the mother-son bond is really strong. Like mothers, like for some reason, are so obsessed with their fucking son, especially the firstborn. Like just obsessed, and like my dad was extremely tight with my 2 sisters. Didn't really give much of a fuck about me, and that part is just for me. But I've seen other examples of it. It's daddy's little girl, and a mama's boy. I
Nice.
mean, the
You're a
words are
mama's boy for
100%.
sure.
I love
Mama's boy.
my mom. Mom, if you're
Mama's
watching
boy?
this, hope you're
I'm not
doing well.
I'm not a mama's boy. He's a mama's boy.
Dad, we've been.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's a mama's
maybe.
boy. You
I
are a
don't
mama's
know.
boy. You talk to mom way more than me. I don't know why. I just don't like her.
Bro, the way you said that, you
was
are
convinced.
deep shit for that, dude. Even joking around, bro.
No,
Her
come
heart
on.
just
Hey, come
dropped.
on. It's the fucking apocalypse. I can make a joke. Mom, you know I love you. I just like to make jokes.
I
love
might talk
my
to your mom more than you.
She yells at me too. Mom,
But
I
this is
love
what
her so
I don't
much.
understand is you. So I think you might be right. I think I talked to my mom more than dad, maybe. But dad and I went through like a little thing
For sure.
But what I don't get is you always complain about talking to dad, but you still talk to him so much. And when I see your phone calls, they're just like you're not even paying attention, and you're just like, and you're trying to hang up, but you still answer the phone.
How come you don't have that same urgency for your mom? You should get that.
But you
'Cause
definitely
when-
talk to dad more.
Yeah, for sure.
But you don't want
I
to talk
do.
to him.
No, it's not
or
that
something.
it's not that I don't want to. Sometimes he'll call me with no objective, which I
He talks about this all the time.
I don't get it. Like sometimes for sure I'm down to just like chop it up, but give me something to chop. Give me
Wood.
some
Piece of wood, anything. Yeah.
And I told Dad I like talking to you, and he's like situating everything at the ranch, and so we have like a project to work on, like in a combined effort, which is actually awesome. He's our groundskeeper out there, 84 acres of land. It's just Greg Paul slinging it, and I want him to stay there. But I think I lost my train.
Do
of
you
thought.
have you've had approval from your mom forever, right? Like she's like, I love you, you're my little boy. You can do whatever you want. I'll
Yeah,
be there for
yeah,
you.
but my dad has too.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What I was gonna say. You said something about me being distracted with that. Oh, it's because I've said this before. I'm always worried that Dad's having a heart attack. It's my fear.
Yeah, but can't you tell within the first 7 to 8 minutes of talking to him that he's probably not? Like, at what point are you reassured that Pops ain't having a heart attack?
I don't know. He calls me once a day, and I'm just like, yes? Oh, he's fine.
And then you just put him down, and then he just puts him down and goes back to work, and he's like, just in case.
He calls me out all the time. He'll be like, you texting someone else? Who you texting? What are you doing?
GP, if you're watching this, you should start saying like random questions to him and see if he.
But that's
like,
why I don't.
responds.
I like try not to answer both either his or
But also-
mom's calls unless I.
But it's
am
not.
down to talk for like the next 20 minutes.
Bro, Ma doesn't call me like she does you. Dad calls me every day, twice a day. Minimum. Yep.
Oh my God.
Mom,
What's he really doing out there?
once a week, Mom was good. Like you want to talk, you got to put in a mutual effort. You know what I'm saying?
I talked to Pam quite a bit. I talked to her today. She was not happy.
About what?
She didn't like the fact I left the house, and she made that pretty clear. But
What are you gonna do?
she also just wanted to make sure that you boys were being good. And I mean, your parents are both very lucky. They're very proud of their children. Your dad, you. The one thing I admire about you both a lot, but especially you, is that you've given so much back to your parents. I mean, your dad, you've greatly enriched the life of your dad. He loves the ranch. He loves being there. And that's a really admirable thing that like people can never take away from you.
Makes me very happy.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. I could cry that because of the things he's done for me, can return the favor as an
Absolutely.
adult.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
incredible.
it's the fucking best. That's why I love him at the ranch, because I know he's just thriving out there. He's quite literally living the best version of his life.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
All we
That's
need to
like
do-
what he wants to do.
Yeah.
We just gotta find him a young honey.
I thought
He
he
has.
yeah, I
he
thought he
has.
had one.
He has honeys though.
He does.
He's a player.
He's not a player.
He is a player. Oh my God.
no.
He is a player to the fullest extent, bro.
Is that where I get it from?
That's where we both get it from.
Oh shit.
I think
Bro,
it's
what do
even
you
where I get it
mean?
from
What
somehow.
do you mean? Where do we get it from? Duh.
Bro, he's smooth.
Yeah, he gets girls.
And
bro.
he's funny, and we talked about this dude. He's good looking for his age.
Yeah, he is. He's in shape.
Yeah, and it excites me because I look like him, and when I go bald, I'll be still looking young, stay looking young at like 50, 55, 60.
Plus, we have like better technologies and shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm be injecting Botox in my face. This is
Yeah.
gonna be me all the time.
Bro, face.
Apparently, you can like go to Colombia and get like some sort of atoms or something injected into you to make you
Oh,
younger.
PRPs.
It's
I
something
got
like
PRPs.
that.
Oh, yeah,
It's not
PRPs.
PRP.
Not PRPs?
platelet rich plasma.
Yeah.
Can
They,
you get
they coagulate the blood, and then it turns you into a 6-year-old.
No, that's called. That's when you get. He said adding atoms. I think you're talking
that's
about
stem
getting.
cell
You're
shake.
talking about getting deatomized. Have you ever had that happen to you before?
Oh, that's where they take you apart one atom at a time and then put you back together.
No, they don't put you back.
No, it's
they
like
just
this.
they just deatomize you.
It's a new technology, and they're still figuring it out. But basically, yeah, they turn you back into a baby.
Wait, look at that guy at the top right too.
Yeah, it's the same surgery, same procedure. Yeah, this baby.
He's
That one
having
doesn't
a
look like a
terrible
win as
time.
well.
Well, that's the thing. You can only express yourself through a baby's face, right? And then this one, they can swap it with your child. There's a bunch of different new things they're experimenting with.
And that's where Panama. Did you say
No, you got to go to Neanderthals.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. On my phone.
Neanderthalia?
Hey, by the way, you guys stuck at home?
I wish I had.
No
some-
worries. The lights are always on at my bookie to keep you entertained. They're hooking you up with all your favorite games: blackjack, roulette, war, video poker, slots, all while you're out scavenging for toilet paper or quarantined at home. The excitement never stops with my bookie. You got the itch? Scratch it with my bookie's live casino dealers online. They have real dealers at their table, live on site 24/7. These guys do not mess around. Put your skills to the test in their huge blackjack and slots tournament with insane prize pools. In fact, if you're stuck at home right now, they've got a $10,000 blackjack tournament for you to sink your teeth into. It's free to enter and pays cash if you win. Got the hookup for you. Do the smart thing. Go to mybookie.ag and
Yeah, that's where you shorted out. Here, I got you.
they'll double your first deposit. Use promo code Logan to activate the offer. Promo code Logan. You spin, you win, you get paid.
Could you use promo code Mike Malak instead?
You guys go ahead and use Logan.
It's stem cells.
Yes.
Stem cells are what they inject you with
Stem
in
cells.
Colombia.
It is the highly advanced version of stem cells are illegal here in the United
That's what I'm
States.
saying.
right, yeah.
That's the highly advanced version.
Yes.
You can go to Colombia and get injected with it. I'm gonna start doing that shit in about 4 years.
Well, how do we feel about it on the show here? So I wish I knew more. I've had a lot of people try to tell me to get it put into my ankle because I have the severe arthritis, and that stem cells could potentially remedy that situation. I mean, are we believers here? Do we know
the
enough?
big thing,
I've heard great things.
yeah, it's
I've
science.
heard great shit. I just don't know if that much.
big thing is the origin of the stem cells. You have if it goes into your personal morals and ethics. There's the umbilical cord stem cells. There's also other.
Those
other
are crazy. You know about those?
No.
So the cells in an umbilical cord are apparent. There's two places to get these cells. What are they called?
Embryonic.
Totipotent cells, I think.
Oh.
Totipotent cell. I think one's found in an embryo. The other is found in the egg.
The home for human life.
Yeah, the recovery cells. And so if you put those in some sort of scientific coagulator machine and then inject them, I wish I actually knew what I was talking about.
They're
Sometimes.
just the building blocks for life. So anything that's
Yeah, I was like, where are you going with this? And also, how much do you know, and how do you know this? And then it just ended. And
I'm sure when I'm older and like I actually pay attention to things, I'll probably know something.
yeah.
We also, do you think that we put too much responsibility on the audience to know, to recognize our sarcasm? It's something I've been thinking about a lot lately.
Yes, and the only reason I know is because
Horrifying.
when guests come here and we make jokes that are 9,000% sarcastic, and all of us know it. We're so deep in it, they have no idea what's
Yeah.
going on. And our humor's lost. So
Yeah.
you guys,
I just live there. I mean, the majority of shit I say is, you know.
I would say consider everything we say to be bullshit, and then work backwards.
And then
start as it's a
and
joke,
Like,
and
that
then-
I actually, yeah. Start with the bullshit. Like, wow, that was bullshit, but maybe they're right.
Unless we're talking like something statistically. But that's been another thing that I've been trying to like learn about as I create content too, is like, it's not always about what you put out there. A lot of times it's about what people get out of it. Like sometimes this stuff, I hate you.
I thought you were making a joke.
Oh, no. This one's serious. But it's like a lot of times you put something out there and people receive it in a completely different way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll make like little jokes on, or like create little situational comedy situations and create little situational comedy scenarios, and people just be like, yo, why did you do this? And I'm like, it was a fucking joke, dude. Like I put it together for you to laugh, and they take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Dude, there are people right now on the internet trying to decide whether you and Mac will ever be friends again because you burnt his fake painting. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, that went too far. You crossed the line. Do you ever think about that?
A lot of my friends reached out and they're like, "Man, I'm so sorry about your painting," because they just saw the clickbait that I posted on the story.
yeah.
I was nervous to only post that part because that part's pretty sad.
Yeah.
So if you don't watch the video, surely you think I burned your priceless painting.
I'm enjoying it. Really, I think it's. I found humor in it because it's something I've always taken so seriously, but I've definitely like been able to lighten up about this one. As soon as like you said the other day, what's a better feeling than when you realize that you just got pranked? There aren't many.
and everything's fine.
Yeah.
There's
Other than
nothing,
finding something that you lost is super important.
Yep.
There's nothing that's like,
no feeling like it, dude.
oh, it was just a joke.
The not pregnant symbol on the pregnancy test is another
Oh.
one.
Same shit. It's what we call relief,
Yeah.
We just
Unless
said it
you were
at the
trying
same
to-
time.
brothers.
Relief. Or when you take a piss, a fat piss.
Or when you shoot a gun super high in the air and there's like someone that screams like 10 miles away and you're like, you find out that no, you didn't. Did that? Oh, that was just me?
no, that's still relief.
Same category of relief.
How high will a bullet go if
They
you shoot
did it on
in the air?
Mythbusters, I think. We can check with them.
How high will a
Did
bullet
they do
go?
the Mythbusters one? Because if you shoot it straight up and it comes back down, can that hurt someone?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
kill him. Death.
Deaf. They'll be
Really?
deaf.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
No, Andre's
No,
saying no, and he's
I don't
vegan.
think so.
You don't think.
I don't think so.
Well, it's an old wives' tale.
You ever heard?
No,
you
no,
ever-
because
it might be
no, but-
true.
Because then at that point the bullet is being carried down by gravity, and the weight of that bullet and gravity combined, it won't penetrate a human.
Terminal
did you
velocity.
think gravity is affected by weight?
I don't know,
God.
but something about
So you just barked up a really bad tree.
Yeah, because Logan is a fucking
No,
scientist.
on one thing. On a couple things, but one of them
Look at him.
is fucking gravity. Do not
about gravity
do
with
not
him?
test him on gravity, bro. It's quite literally, besides TikTok, one of the only things he cares about.
What's the?
but what I just know that it's not gonna have the same velocity as when
Yeah,
it's being shot out of a gun.
Oh, that's definitely true.
So
That's
it won't
true.
kill you.
That's
I don't think so. I think, all right, so I think, let me see. All right, first off, even if you have a good sense of a bullet's minimum lethal velocity, it's still pretty difficult to clock the speed of a round fired in the air. Gunshots can travel as high as 10,000 feet.
oh, you can take
So if I drop the bullet
From 2 miles.
because at some point the bullet has to go like this, right? The bullet's going up and then it has to go, and then it's at 0 miles per hour.
Yeah.
and then it comes back down. So if I drop a bullet from 10,000 feet,
The potential energy that bullet has from 10,000 feet is so high because it will all be converted to kinetic energy. It will be going probably
shit.
500 to 1,000 miles an hour. And it's, and it's still
But
a bullet.
how can the human body only fall at a max speed of like 180 something or 150?
120 miles an hour
Yeah.
is terminal velocity. So we looked
Yeah,
this
but
up.
then we saw that wasn't true, even close to true.
We looked this up. This one I have no answer for because we were talking about this and we were talking about Felix Baumgartner's jump out of the space station from fucking however high he jumped. But he was in space, right? Then he jumped out.
100,000 feet. Something.
He broke the sound barrier, the speed of sound. I actually think, yeah, he broke
Yeah,
the
he did.
sound barrier, which is I think it's like 800 something miles an hour. It's at what's the speed?
If
of
it's
sound?
769, I win. I can't remember that properly, but
343 meters per second. Does anyone know that in miles per hour?
That's like roughly 1,100 or something.
Terminal velocity is 54 meters per second or 177 feet per second.
nice.
No, it's not.
Keep going numbers.
what I have right
Everyone
here.
say more numbers. please.
Terminal velocity 54 meters per second. But that could also be wrong if Google's wrong.
What's the speed of the sound barrier?
That's like
Why is it giving me meters per second? Oh, 767 miles per
Oh,
hour. Right,
it's
so
too
it's
off.
almost 800 miles
So
an hour.
close.
Right, so he broke that. Anyways, a bullet falling from 2 miles in the air. Will a bullet?
It's
dropped.
like I guess it's like dropping a nickel from the Empire State Building. Like
You've heard that rumor.
Yeah,
And
like it
you
could kill
heard it can
someone,
kill
right?
someone. You've heard that. I saw you got pretty fired up about this, Andre. Bullets fired in the air usually fall back with terminal velocities much lower than their muzzle velocity when they leave the barrel of a firearm. Nevertheless, people can be injured, sometimes fatally, when bullets discharged in the air fall back down to the ground.
so Baumgartner's reason.
so it's a maybe. You might
Maybe.
get killed.
Can be fatal.
It's gonna be a fast bullet. Bro, if that hits you
Yeah,
in the head.
but
Is it a
also if you
speeding
get
bullet?
shot straight from a gun, there's not like a certainty that you're dying.
in the head,
Oh.
In the head, yeah.
we're talking headshots. I bet the fatality rate's the same.
Yeah.
Hey, the reason for Baumgartner was atmospheric, which we thought.
Say again.
So, under normal circumstances, reaching terminal velocity means one speed subsequently stays constant, but that's only true when external forces remain constant. In this specific skydive, the surrounding atmosphere thickens dramatically as Baumgartner falls, so the upward drag force exerted on him by the air steadily increases. Consequently, the local terminal velocity drops as the altitude drops. And so he
when
reached
he was
his
close, he
supersonic
was
speed
going-
in space.
Oh, so when he got back down to Earth, he
was at terminal velocity.
Oh my God.
And so
So he
it's-
slowed down.
Terminal velocity is
The
based.
atmosphere
Yeah,
is like a cushion.
That's like
100%,
Mother Nature's
literally, yes.
brakes.
Yes,
sort of. I wish he did a little more so we didn't have to use parachutes.
But then the air would be so heavy.
just at the very bottom, you just landed on a
hit zero,
pillow.
Yeah. You guys want to end the episode?
I don't mean what
if we just go
yes,
all day?
but also at the same time, like who gives a fuck? What are we gonna do instead? You know? What are we gonna do? Go sit
Yeah,
here?
as long
You're
as
gonna
we're
make
here.
TikToks
with this designer toilet paper.
How would you wipe your ass?
We already did this.
Oh, did you do it on the show?
No,
So I don't
not
fucking
on the vlog, but like I don't know. I saw my Marcos's way of doing it, and it's just weird. It's pretty. This is the most simple way. Max protection.
I did the same thing.
Max-
For everyone who's watching this show, I did the
And you
same
get the
thing.
double
Obviously,
layers.
you did the
Bro,
same thing. You guys
bro.
were wiping each other's pooters when you were fucking
Bro.
2 years old with the same stat.
How you that you
Perfectly
get your
cradle
fingers
packet.
in your butthole?
Everything clean and protected. One and
Protected.
done. You use 3 to 4 sheets. It's good. It's efficient. It's real good.
It's definitely efficient, but to me, I don't know why it's.
Let me see how you do it.
I can't do it with what you've given me.
Bro. His. All right. We'll talk about it off the air.
What?
Jake, thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah. No. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man.
You guys
I
should
got
do
this.
this like
There's
once
also a
month.
new way. This is the guys. This is the coronavirus way of wiping your ass. You take one sheet and you dig your hand in your butthole, and then you take the toilet paper and clean.
That's effective.
You guys should do this like once a month. I feel like it's good for you.
Do you have
I agree. We tried to do it with Jake and Logan over there, but some asshole painted over the wall this morning.
That's fucked.
that is fucked up.
Every Friday.
Remember that show?
Yeah, no, it's popping on that channel.
Did
It's about
Julie?
to pop off.
Does Julie ever do anything with your butthole?
No. That's my final answer.
Thanks for watching this episode of Impulsive. Hit that subscribe button because I know you don't have anything else to do.
Love you.
We love you. Bye.